Bola set. Aim. Nice one. Throw, aim. Don't. Come on, boys. Pressure them, boys. Yes, like that. Goals.
Welcome to match day number 3 of the annual Skyview UCA Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament here in Fort Portal City. This game is broadcasting live from Nyakasura ground, and this is a ginger derby. So I college MWIRI taking on St. James Secondary School. So I college MWIRI are finalists in last year's finals, but put on the sword by Ginger Secondary School, that game which was played in G.
Forget everything. Just remember where I told you. Yes! Yes! Nice one, Adios. Yeah, nice one. Aliam easy. Come on, bola. Come on, bola. Come on, boy. Come on, nice. Come on, bola. Come on, bola. Run them, run them, run them.
Updates to make sure that you keep it cricket Uganda. Encourage your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Come in the comments and tell us which team are you rallying with. I tell you, when this tournament starts, everyone come as a contender, but a few days into the tournament, others become attenders. Some shockers happening. Yesterday, Ntare put Ginger SS on the sword. And later on, we saw King's College losing 3 in a row. They have not yet come to the party, being bowled out for just 19 runs. But a spinner will be introduced in the attack here as the power play comes to an end. Well, BUSOGA College MWIRI has played very well. 66 for no loss after 6 overs is what they have. taking on Nyakasura School. Aga Khan High School won the toss and opted to bat first, but looks like the decision is backfiring. They are quickly 11 for 3 after just 3 overs. Another Ginger Derby, Ginger SS taking on Good Heart Secondary School. That game is happening at St. Leo's Sports Ground 2. Ginger SS won the toss and opted to bat first, and the current score is 31 for 2 after 3.5 overs. Well, Ontario School at the back of a victory against Ginger SS yesterday. They are taking on St. John's High School Kauga. St. John's won the toss and opted to bowl first, and the current score for Ontario is 14 for 3 after 3.4 overs. Well, we are back to our action here, and this over number 7 has come to an end. BUSOGA College MWIRI still cruising very nicely at 76 for no loss after 7 overs.
The current run rate being at, rather with the current projected score being at 218. Can the two batters in Mudola Ediga and Mukisa really see that projected to 218 as it is projected? But Mudola starts off with a single straight back to the long on fielder. Long on patrolling the field with deep extra covers. Fine leg and cow corner in play. Beautiful touch there. Drops his wrist and lets the ball come close to the bat. Just gets it to the backward point position there and sniffs in only one run. Very good rotation of strike between the two young batters. Sincerely speaking of the experience, Mukisa Eric is one of the most experienced batters in the BUSOGA College MWIRI camp, given that he has been on so many tours. Beautiful on drive there. The call is 2, but the fielders will do a very beautiful work to stop the ball from going past him and only restrict Mudola from getting a couple. That's 1 run taken. Speaking of Eric Mukisa. the onside and the offside so easily. Really seems so easy for him, dropping his wrists, playing the ball late. Such a good player he has been. Beautiful shot there, really beautiful. But there is protection at the long barrier technique they employed. We only get 2 runs off a beautiful shot that was from Dola Ediga.
These two batters are looking very, very comfortable this morning. Balls him right away. He gives his side an inroad. I tell you, the fielders of St. James Secondary School love it. They celebrate that wicket. A long time coming breakthrough there for the side. 1 brings 2, so they will be happy to see off Mudola Ediga.
Really beautiful ball. That was really beautiful to watch. Given that Mudola Ediga was really nowhere to making a decision, doesn't really commit backwards to play on the back foot. Neither does he come forward to play on the front foot. He finds himself spoiled for choice and ends his innings to his demise. Push deep, Singh is the man that will have the last laugh, only limiting Mudola Ediga at 41 from only 25 balls. What a good cameo he has had for his side.
They're just missing a half century there by just 9 runs. He looked very, very comfortable, Edgar Mudola, but unfortunately, his demise. But the Victoria Pearls, as they continue to prepare for the upcoming ICC Africa final qualifiers, they are engaged in a friendly match with the Push Cricket Academy team. The game happening at Entebbe Cricket Oval, where Push Select will be taking on the Victoria Pearls. The Victoria Pearls are the senior women's team of Uganda. They've been at the Globals twice, and they will be looking for yet another appearance. The men will also be in Namibia later on in September in that World Cup T20 qualifier. I beg your pardon, they will be in Zimbabwe. It's the women who are going to Namibia. The men will be in Zimbabwe in that World Cup qualifier. Remember last year they played in the World Cup in the West Indies. The next World Cup will be in Sri Lanka and India, so they will be looking at making sure that they win. But the captain for the side is the new batter in Gerald Olipa, coming in at number 3, finding Mukisa Eric at the crease. Mukisa 42 off 26. Plays it down the ground and gets off the mark right away.
Gerald Olipa, the most decorated batter in this Boss Cricket Week tournament, having had an opportunity to captain the Uganda under-19 side in the World Cup qualifiers in Nigeria. But unfortunately, they didn't really qualify to the World Cup, but he did a very good job to lead that side and score some runs for his side. And talking of him being a very good batsman, he has been topping the National League batting charts for some good time. Rocks on the back foot, opens up the front foot and sends the ball all the way in the center of the ground, number 2 here at Nyakasura Cricket Ground.
Yeah, good pickup shot there from Gerald Olipa. Just manages he dispatches that one for a boundary, and that marks the end of the over. What a shot it was to bring up 95 for 1 after 9 overs. I tell you, Nyakasura, I beg your pardon, BUSOGA College MWIRI is scoring 10 every over. Don't look like they are getting it away anyway. Projected score still 212. 11 overs yet to play in this first innings of the game here at Nyakasura main ground. Gerald Olipa comes from a cricketing family. He has his brother Rogers Olipa. But I tell you, Gerald Olipa must have just changed his name, because I remember when he was young, he studied at East Kololo. I think I first saw him in 2016 when he was playing in the mini cricket. When he came, he used to be called Opuna Gerald, but when his brother made a mark in the under-19 team and a debut on the national team, I think Jad Olipa believed that maybe that name of Olipa has some blessings in it. Picked it up. He had his sister. His sister was playing some cricket there at Jinja Secondary School. So this is really a cricketing family. All these born and bred there from that Jinja Road Barracks area. But could see his work with Orissa. He saw him being given some chance playing some games with the emerging side and the Uganda A. Uganda looking at him as one of the batters who will be taking on things, who will be carrying everything forward. Kisa Mesdays back into the bowling attack there for St. James Secondary School. Balls it short, a half tracker, and that's played down the ground. Good work in the deep, and that is stopped.
He has really started off very well, given that for the 3 balls that he has bowled in his 3rd over, has only managed to bowl, rather to go for 1 run, which is a very good start at the moment, with 3 more balls left, and that brings in the danger. Russ batsman Olipa Jarrad on strike. We've already seen him score a maximum, has 7 runs off only 2 balls.
Another plays down the ground. The ball are doing some good work to stop that one, but not getting hold onto that. As I told you, our viewers, these grounds, Nyakasura Main and Nyakasura 2, are right close to each other. And on the other ground, there is another Group B action between Nyakasura School, the hosts of this edition, taking on Aga Khan High School. And in that game, Aga Khan won the toss and elected to bat first, but it looks like the decision is quickly backfiring. They are 20 for 6 after 6 overs. That is driven powerfully, but the fielder tries to use his feet to stop that one, and that will just run away.
One thing has to really be notable by the coach here for St. James is the fact that most of the fielders are trying to use their feet to stop the ball, which is very dangerous, I might say, in cricket, especially when that leather ball hits one of your bones. It really hurts. It's not a really good routine to use.
Yeah, you can quickly injure yourself if you keep fielding using the feet. Aga Khan, it went for 6 after 6 overs. But I tell you something fun about that game, fortunate, is that 12 extras have been given Aibe in Nyakasura. And only 8 runs coming off the blades. 3 ducks, I beg your pardon. Yeah, 3 ducks in the game already.
Talking of the extras that Nyakasura have really given to Aga Khan, that reminds me of the yesterday's game where they lost to MWIRI for only 24 runs, where they managed to bowl 23 extras. You see how expensive they have been in terms of extras. If they had cut off those extras in the first place, they would have found themselves maybe to rather past the finishing line.
Yeah, Nyakasura being very, very generous in the tournament. They've been good hosts. And they are not only giving us the good food, but also adding some free runs there to their opponents. But I believe going into the tournament, of course, Nyakasura played well. When you look at that game they played against BUSOGA College MWIRI, they were in control of the game during that chase for about 8 overs. So if they had managed to hold their grit, I tell you, they could have snatched that victory away. But still playing in the tournament, you can still grow in the tournament and also play better. So they just need to make sure that they organize themselves. Strong contenders. This tournament, when it went to MWIRI in 2022, MWIRI won it. In 2023 and 2024, when it went to Jinja SS, we are champions. So it so means that there is something that follows you when you are a tournament. And those boys playing for Entire Cricket Club in the Division 2, I believe they could be putting up some good performance.
Speaking of, so I really pray that your prediction comes to reality.
Long coming. Of course, it being one of the hobbies of Nyakasura School, we will be looting for them. But we are into the 11th over of the game, and after 10.2, 105 for 1 is the score. Gerard Olipa still batting with Mokisa Eric. Mokisa Eric 2 runs shy of getting his first half century in this tournament, but looking very, very comfortable at the crease there. I tell you something. St. James Secondary School has not been so generous like the way Nyakasura was. They've given away only 4 extras so far in the game, meaning they are trying to ball into the good areas.
Yeah, really good for them at the moment. If you're conceding runs, if you're leaking runs off the bat, you don't even have to leak runs through extras. So good for them at the moment. Beautiful touch, drop and go there from Mukisa, who really sees that he's at the verge of getting a 50 and now he doesn't have to do anything out of risk. He just has to play out his balls and get those runs with ease and reach the landmark.
The single brings him to 49. Well, that is worked away by Gerard Olipa. Good pickup shot there. A flatter 6. But what a shot there from Olipa. Uses his wrist and rocks it backwards of the square past the deep square leg area for that boundary.
Really a very good shot of a class batsman. You see how he sets himself up fast forward press of his front foot and picking up the length very well. And managing to hit the ball to the boundary. Another back-to-back boundary there. That's a 4 on the offside through the extra cover region. Really hit with power. Dissecting the 2 fielders. One in the extra cover as a sweeper fielder on his right. And getting another well-deserved boundary there.
Yeah, this way, that way. One boundary on the offside. Another boundary on the onside. Gerard Olipa making sure that he capitalizes on scoring at both sides. I tell you, BUSOGA College MWIRI, one of the teams with a very big technical staff. They have Joseph Biaruhanga coming as one of the coaches. Emmanuel Isanez, former under-19 head coach, also here. They also have the former development manager for Uganda Cricket Association, Henry Okecho, also giving them technical advice. I tell you, BUSOGA College MWIRI believe that maybe this is the time for them to get the 20th heaven.
Speaking of the technical bench, I think the former under-19 coach is entirely here as a consultant regarding the conditions of the West because he was a development manager for the West. So he really knows the conditions in the West, especially in Fort Portal here. And that could be the reason as to why he is with the side, despite him being one of the head coaches for MWIRI in the previous tournaments.
Where it's there from the new bowler. It's giving away many. Musasi's Evra. And so far giving away 4 free runs before he delivers any good ball.
That's another extra. Speaking of the extras, now he delivers another one in his first over. He was so expensive, going for 20 runs in only 6 balls. And so far he has bowled 5 wides, which is really, really, really bad for his side. He has to come back to his length. Even the batters are really ruthless and relentless.
Gets that single to go to bring up his 50. Eric Mukisa just plays 1 to covers, and I think now it should be a time for him to try and make sure that he goes for the big swings. His 50 comes from 34 deliveries down the ground, running very quick and they will just take that single.
That's a much better technique used by the boundary raider there at long on. We haven't really seen most of the fielders in St. James Side use that technique, the long barrier. We see most of them using their feet. Mukisa there continues with the slick hands, dropping one at square leg region there, getting one more run to his total. And you can see the celebrations there. His teammates have only realized that he has gotten a 50 and not so happy with the 50. I think he's aiming at a big score, looking up to get maybe 100. You see him just raising his bat. But it has been a very beautiful shot there from Rogers, rather from Olipa Gerald. Beautiful pickup, pitch up delivery, and uses all the time he has in the world and gets under the ball, hits it over the boundaries for 6 into the primary school. That is the Nyakasura Primary School, where most of the Nyakasura pros, rather Abojo pros, went in their early schools, rather early education. The likes of Pascal Murungi, Joseph Baguma, Asaba Brand, all went through that primary school and played cricket on this very ground. But with that 6, Olipa Gerald goes to 30 runs from only 10 balls, striking in at 300. Another rotational strike there from Mukisa. One thing that Mukisa has really understood is that he doesn't have to do with the hitting of the ball. He only has to rotate the strike and let Olipa Gerald, the most experienced batter, do the rest of the work, the heavy lifting. And now he's dealing in rotating strikes. But with that, single brings up the end of over number 12. And the score is 1-3-3 for loss of 1. Beautiful shot there on the knee, trying to access that onside field, but there is protection. Deep extra covers, cow corner, long on, long off, and deep extra covers are patrolling the field there for Singh.
That is Blyde, catches the call, nearly gets hold onto that one, but unfortunately puts it down in the end. Disappointing there. He had the chance of picking up that big wicket, had the ball in his hands for some moments, but later on dropped it down.
Such a young lad, really not happy of the results, but really good commitment into taking that catch. Gerard Olipa rocks back on the back foot, playing a drop on the onside, getting off the strike with a single, good rotation of strike, but the current run rate between Mukisa and Olipa is at 47. Olipa contributing 36 from 14 and Mukisa 11 from 8 balls. Beautiful shot there, up and will sail over the boundary, over the deep rather mid-wicket fielder there, getting up yet another maximum is Mukisa, who is really doing the heavy lifting for his side. White ball given by the umpire. The bowler seeing that most of the boundaries have been accessed on the onside. Now he tries to go wide of the wicket. In return, just as a wait by the umpire. Beautiful ball there. Deceived by flight is Mukisa, trying to go for a slog sweep, but doesn't really reach the bounce of the ball and misses for heavens. One is the call, and one they will get. Beautiful shot on the onside, working it off the front foot, glancing it on front of the pad.
Well, that single will bring the end to the 13th over. 147 for 1 is the score for BUSOGA College MWIRI. Current run rate 11.4 and projected score 228. This is the UCA Skyview Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament happening here in Fort Portal City. The previous editions have been held in Jinja City, but as the association tries to go on and decentralize the game, they've made sure that this game is taken to different regions of the country. We saw Gulu hosting in the girls edition, and we saw Soroti hosting also twice. Good to see the game being brought close to the local communities. But I tell you, it also gives some bit of chance to the local communities to come and watch the games and also participate in doing some activities. I've seen some of the local boys here working as groundsmen, others are working as scorers, others are trying to just make sure that they come around and watch these games. So I think it's a very good thing. Back then, when I was at BUSOGA, I used to know that nationals are played in Kampala, or at least now, just like in other games, you know that maybe you could go to another city. It's not so rhetoric, and I believe that's a very good direction that Cricket Uganda is taking the game to.
I thought it was only my thought, knowing that national cricket up in the air, beautiful shot off the back foot. Olipa Gerald gets another boundary to his total. Beautiful shot there. Still speaking of knowing that, rather getting the understanding that nationals for cricket are to be held in the central. I also had that understanding growing into the game, given that I had to play 3 nationals all in the central at that mighty school, Makerere Sek. Up in the air, chance of a catch, fielder underneath, and it will go all the way over his head. Gets his hands onto the ball, but doesn't really hold onto the catch. Gerald Olipa gets another maximum. Some catch it was, but chance doesn't really get him taken.
Yeah, Olipa Gerald now put down for the second time. A bit of butterfingers there from these fielders. They had chance to take some quick wickets, but they have put them down. Rocks back and plays it down the ground. Straight long on for yet another single.
Another floppy fielding there by the boundary right at long on. The ball really going through his legs, and beautiful backup from his partner from the long off to get the ball and restrict MWIRI from getting a boundary. Oh, tries to go for a big swing. Misses everything, but the keeper really doesn't stop the ball. And they get another bye. Leg bar indicated by the umpire. Was such a low full toss from the bowler. A good delivery, you might say. It's now Eric Mukisa on strike, who is already having 61 from 40 balls. His strike rate has lowered a bit, given that he was striking at 160 plus. Now he's at 155. Hopefully he can still go on and escalate the strike rate. Up it there, pulled hard, fielder running in, chance of a catch, but won't carry to the fielder from cow corner, and Mukisa will get one. I think at the moment Mukisa seems to be tired, exhausted, some sugar levels decreasing, given that he has played all the way up to this moment. It takes consistency and some lot of sugars. We haven't seen him hydrate. But with that single brings up the end of over number 14, and the score is 160 for the loss of 1 wicket. Push deep swing continues from MWIRI end. Silky touch there from Mukisa, working the ball on the inside of the front foot, getting off strike and letting Olipa Gerald on strike, who is currently having 46 runs from 18 balls. Off the back foot hit hard. There is a fielder running to retrieve the ball and will stop it for only 2 runs. Good job there at deep extra covers. Tries to employ the long barrier technique and ends up hurting his knee. You can see him leaping, but good job done. Weight is given. Tries to get in that turn. The wicket keeper doesn't really move his feet to stop the ball from being another extra. 2 wides called by the umpire. Push deep swing. Flighted up and you'll be stamped. There he's taken. The reign of Mukisa Eric ends. The use of his feet there marks his demise. Tries to come really down the track to get on top of the bounce there. Doesn't really cover the lane of the ball and swings, misses all the ball. And the wicket keeper continues to do the good work that was started by the bowler. Very beautiful stamping there, but very well batted from Mukisa, who scores 63 from 43 balls, striking in at 146. Had a very beautiful cameos. We saw beautiful sixes. We saw beautiful fours. We saw beautiful hands as well. Rotational strike. All were employed by Mukisa, but his reign was stopped by that young man, Hariom Dohereije, who has picked his only wicket so far in this game. $165 for the loss of 2 wickets. New batter comes onto the crease, and it's the left-handed batter for BUSOGA College MWIRI. Now it's a very beautiful matchup there. Left-hander facing the left-hand, rather the off-spinner. The ball turning away from him, trying to adjust the field. Cow corner long. Beautiful shot, fielder under the ball there. Will get, oh, and he's put down. Third time has been dropped, Olipa Gerald. Oh, sorry, the new batter who has just come in, Tigatola Abubakar, trying to go for a lofted drive. Easy catch that needed to be completed there, but the ball, rather the fielder, really doesn't get hold on that. Another wild swing there from Olipa Gerald, trying to reach that 50-run mark with ease, but doesn't connect it. So many missed chances here from the fielders of St. James at the moment. And those missed chances really cost you a fortune. Beautiful drive there, really beautiful. Now this time round, Tigatola knows the danger that comes with driving on the up. He really sees that it's kind of a long boundary on the straight. Now he goes for beautiful drives. He goes driving along the ground and has gotten an easier run with less risks. Gerald Olipa at 49, only one run short from a 50. Up in the air. This will go all the way over the boundary. What a way to reach a half century. And that is the dangerous batsman, Gerald Olipa, who has shown class in six hitting, having 3 sixes, 3 fours. He has been really, really relentless with boundaries. And 50 up for the young lad.
Plays that one even much better down the ground for yet another boundary. I tell you, Olipa Gerald has played some fine shots already in this game. His counterpart, Bukisa Eric, converted his 50 from about 34 balls, but Olipa's 50 has been very, very quick, coming off just 21 balls. Good work there he's doing for BUSOGA College MWIRI, as BUSOGA College MWIRI still keep the current run rate to 100, sorry, to 11.2, and projected score 224.
Up in the air, tries to go over the fielder at the boundary, but really doesn't get under the ball or doesn't get the elevation rate. Tries to lean his weight backwards. Doesn't really hit the ball out of the middle of the bat. But with that single brings up the end of over number 16. 181 is the score for the loss of 2 wickets.
Just 4 overs remaining to complete the first innings of the game. BUSOGA College MWIRI won, and opted to bat first in this one, and I tell you, they are getting themselves off to a very solid total. Looking very, very comfortable here. This is the Ginger Derby of sorts. Both schools coming from Ginger City. Interesting. The Ginger Derby is happening this morning. In the other Ginger Derby, GSS is taking on good heart. Of course, the top team in Group A and Group B are seeded automatically. Played up in the air. Should go for a maximum. What a shot there. Already in business with BUSOGA College MWIRI.
Beautiful shot there from Gerald Olipa. Picking up the length very early. goes on the back foot, opens up the front foot, sets himself up very nicely, and hitting it all the way over the boundary for another maximum. Already 5 sixes to tell you. Gerald Olipa in the business of hitting sixes. Looking at the bowling charts for the bowlers for St. James at the moment, most of them are at an economy of over 10, over 10. Metonga Roni 10.5. Musasizi Evra 18. Pushdeep Singh 11.75. Hariom Doharejia 13.56. So big economies. Gerald Olipa already at 67 from 25 balls, economy rather strike rate of 268. His partner Tigatola Abubakar 3 of 3. Already 11 extras have been bowled in this inning. One thing that has been so vivid for MWIRI at the moment has been how good they have managed to put up partnerships. We saw the earlier partnership of 87 between Mudola and Mukisa. Now another partnership of 76 between Olipa and Mukisa. And the current partnership of 23 from just 10 bowls. That is from Olipa, between Olipa and Tigatola, already 23 runs. Tigatola on strike. Beautiful drop there on the onside, but well done from the bowler himself to stop the ball from going for another run, but beautiful technique there employed by Tigatola, knowing that Gerald Olipa has to do the most of the hitting and letting him get onto the strike. Shot ball, hit hard. Poor judgment by the fielder. They are trying to come inside. Yeah, the ball was coming to him and gets all the way to the boundary for another 6. That's Gerald Olipa really capitalizing on the short balls here.
Gerald Olipa enjoying his time out there for BUSOGA College MWIRI. BUSOGA College MWIRI dominating in this Ginger Derby. 195 for 2 is what they have after 16.4 overs. Gerald Olipa already on 74 of 27. A much better shot for yet another maximum. Back maximum there from Gerald Olipa. But what a shot, they are just clear. That's a long on fielder.
This one much better from the previous 6s. This one goes up in the air, but beats the field for 6. Beautiful shot, another beautiful shot there. This time round, tossed up in the air and just falls almost under the bat there. Gerald Olipa had 7 sixes.
Well, that maximum brings up 200 runs from Soga College MWIRI. And kind of they have 201 for 2. Highest score in the tournament already. Fetching the balls from the banana plantation near the start from end has been the order of the day here at Nyakasura main ground. Gerard Olipa putting up a show, reminding his people about his class. Rocks back and plays it through the cover area. 2 is the call. They are running very quickly and they managed to pick up that double.
This time round, much better length there from Hariom to not really ball it short of full. This time round, good length. But with those 2 runs brings up the end of over number 17 and the score is 203 for the loss of 2 wickets.
$203 for 2 after 17 overs is where BUSOGA College MWIRI stand at the moment. A shout out all the fans of BUSOGA College MWIRI. BUSOGA College MWIRI, one of the schools that have strong OB groups. They have a league of their own, the MWIRI League. And I tell you, among the alumni leagues, it's only the MWIRI League where they play cricket. They play cricket and soccer. And Antare also popular with their Antare League, but that's just only a football league. But to win the MWIRI League, you have to excel in cricket and football, as both those sports make a contribution to your position. Well, that is a soft touch backward of the square, and they run very quickly and pick up that double. Soga College MWIRI in a very comfortable position at the moment.
Really good position, you would say. They're in the driving seat. But one lesson that St. James Secondary School really have to get out of this game is the value of taking chances. Dropped Gerald Olipa very early in the innings and has gone on to score a big 80 run. Up in the air, tries to go on the onside fielder and the ball and dropping his elbow. The fielder holds onto the catch. Another wicket falls for Soga College MWIRI.
Yatigatola Abubeka not just playing quite well that one. A bit of an edge off the blade. Catch is taken and Soga College MWIRI lose their third. But I tell you, at this moment, Soga College MWIRI will not be even worried. Just need to make sure that they swing their bats around. Of course, now we are remaining with about 17 deliveries complete the innings. So you need to make sure that you just capitalize and make sure that you score on all these. The new man in is Abdushakul Doka. Abdushakul Doka was part of that setup of the under 19 team, playing with Gerard Olipa. He's one of those players that you always find in that place of Lugogo, always working out in the net. So wicket keeper batter. And now he comes in from Soga College MWIRI.
Sorry for the miscommunication there. It's Daniel Musinguzi Daniel, former student at Nyakasura, also played in Karago Cricket Club.
Daniel Musinguzi and Dr. Abdushakul have a similar stature.
Yeah, speaking of the stature, they are all short.
Actually, they are not short. They are not just too tall in height. But Daniel Musinguzi, the new man in there, finds the total at 205 for 3. I tell you, Daniel is not the only player who has left MWIRI, who has left Nyakasura and gone to MWIRI. Hilale Barix Balijuka also did that. I think should have been in 2015.
So did Innocent Muevas, also did the same, but and finished his high school from Soga College MWIRI.
Full driven down the ground for a single. Daniel already off the mark.
I think they will be happy with that single and letting Gerald Olipa on strike because he has already gotten his eye in and he's only 18 runs shy from reaching a 100-run mark to get the first 100 of the tournament.
Already has the highest score in the tournament. Abraze Ali had that record, but Olipa Gerald has gone past him. The team total was also from Jinja Secondary School, but right now things have shifted. So College MWIRI are now holding the highest total in the tournament so far. They already have 206 runs, and they don't look like they are stopping anytime now. Projected score 236, 11.8 is the current run rate.
Kasame Sudas is the bowler that has at least a very good economy, less than 10. But one thing that has been working good for him is his slow balls. He doesn't really bowl express.
This time round, he comes slow, but he's taken on quick. Gerald Olipa brings up another maximum to get himself close to the 100 runs mark. But that beautiful shot moves him to 88 runs. What a performance he's put on Gerald Olipa. Coming into bat at number 3, but very, very comfortable at the moment. He is during his operation at a strike rate of 283.87. What a day, what a show he's put up here from Soga College MWIRI. Plays that one even much better. Sweet sound of the bat. Another maximum there from Gerald Olipa, and that will take him to the 90s. Gerald Olipa grabbing the bull by the horns and leading from the up front as the captain. What a display that Gerald Olipa has had this morning here at Nyakasura main ground.
This time round, much better from the previous his sixes that he has hit. This time goes over the fielder by a very big margin and sending the ball all the way to the plantation. Such a way to bring up the score to 90 for your total. Already at 94, only 6 runs shy, one biggie to getting that 100-run mark. But with that 6 brings up the end of over number 18, and the score is 218 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Into the second last over of the first innings of this game here at Nyakasura main ground. BUSOGA College MWIRI won the toss and opted to bat first, but they have been faultless, taking on the power play and making sure that they score at about 11 every over. Projected score 242. I think here on what Daniel should be looking at to do is just get for Olipa Gerald's strike.
Yeah, that should be the game plan, but does he really respond to the task or to the need of the team? He might also try to be greedy and get some runs for himself.
Plays it up in the air. The fielder misjudging that one, but hit well enough to clear that boundary. What a show there from Mahomes Daniel.
I think Daniel is saying that it doesn't only have to be a show for Olipa, but he's playing for the team, not playing for the landmark. He's just trying to get score moving and score mounting for his side. He doesn't mind Olipa getting 100 runs today, but which seems to be easy at the moment because so many balls are still left. To be precise, 11 balls left in this inning.
Another full toss there and a no ball call from the umpire. A single is taken and Olipa Gerald is now on strike. He will be enjoying that free hit. He just needs 6 runs to score the first century in this tournament. That was above the waist and adjudged no ball there. A free hit there for Olipa Gerald. Swings hard, but just plays it down the ground. Should be quick enough to get him a boundary, but picking up that 4 inches him even closer. He now brings up 98. 2 runs from getting a half century is Gerald Olipa.
This time round, pit stop almost under the toll. Olipa doesn't really get under the ball as you would have loved, but the results are maximum for Olipa. Only 2 runs shy. Can he get to that 100-run mark in this over or on the next ball? That's the question that should be running his mate and in his teammates.
Very, very full hit me ball, a ball that can be hit anywhere. The fielder trying to put up some effort there, but not managing to stop that one. That run is away for a boundary and brings up Olipa's century. This is the highest individual score and the first half century of the 2025 edition Skyview Annual Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament Century. What a show. What a display there from BUSOGA College MWIRI.
Very beautiful display and very good from Gerald Olipa. 100 comprising of 6 fours and 9 sixes. Oh, no ball called by the umpire this time round. Almost above his head, doesn't really bounce. Such a beamer that was.
Yeah, the ball are losing it all at that time. Good times to be a MWIRI and good times to associate with BUSOGA College MWIRI. Good times to be a Leopard. We've seen many MWIRIans around here in Fort Portal City. Looks like it's their time. They believe that maybe this is the time for them to try and make sure that they pick up another trophy, the 20th. Free hit, play down the ground, very quick like a bullet. That races to the boundary. Olipa still cruising and just knocking it all over the park.
Such a good day for Olipa, a good day for MWIRI. He hasn't really had he hasn't really had such innings in the tournament. We haven't really seen him score past 30 runs. But in this game particularly, he gets going and is now at 106 and still cruising.
Makes a shimmy down the track, plays it down the ground. The fielder uses his feet. Just a single run will get off that one. I tell you, Olipa Gerald is going hard at everything.
Yeah, right now he has nothing to lose at the moment. Already has 100 runs. He has to get all the runs that he can in these last 8 balls that are left in this inning.
Yesterday, BUSOGA College MWIRI beating up Nyakasura by 29 runs was a statement victory because Nyakasura also contenders in this tournament. Knocks him right away there. Through his gates, Muhumza Daniel trying to go across the line. He doesn't close his doors and he is knocked over. So College MWIRI lose their 4th, but they stand in a very good place. 242 for 4 is what they have after 19 overs. Daniel Mukisa departs and Doka Abdul Shakur walks on. This is the UCA Skyview Annual Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament. A tournament has been happening every year since 1986, apart from the 2 years of COVID, 2020 and 2021. So College MWIRI are the record champions in this tournament, with 19 trophies in their cabinet. This year they will be searching for the 20th heaven. They were the first team to win it in 1986, but asserting some sorts of dominance here in Fort Portal City. Last 6 balls, but just a reminder, this tournament is proudly sponsored by Skyview, by Harris International under their umbrella product Skyview. Batbo Uganda Limited are also part of the sponsors of this tournament, and they've made sure that there is a scoreboard on every ground here in Fort Portal City. Cricket Uganda also putting resources together, and Nyakasura being our host in this year's edition. God hospitality is what they have given us so far, and they don't look like they will be looking back. We just hope for the better. But the last 6 deliveries there, And in the danger man, Gerald Olipa still on strike. Already 242 runs from Soga College MWIRI. Just make sure that you keep it Cricket Uganda. Subscribe to the Uganda Cricket Association YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss out anything. You can go down to the comment section and tell us what you make of this performance. The display there from BUSOGA College MWIRI. We will be taking you through some of those comments.
Raghav Dubaria is the bowler coming from the primary school end, and he has had the best economy of his side. 6 to be specific. Says Gerard Olipa, dancing down the crease and bowls it wide, but in turn the umpire really holds it wide, but very good thought process by the bowler there. Doesn't really have to get anywhere close to Gerard Olipa, especially the way how he has been hitting sixes with ease.
Very, very full and played down to the extra cover area. Good judgment. And just one run is taken there.
That should have been the game plan all along. Bowling wider from Gerald Olipa, not anywhere close. And we see specifically Raghav Dubaria doing this. Even the first ball he bowled, you could see the intentions.
A little tickle backward of the square down to the square leg area. And Doka Abdul Shakur also gets off the mark. But most importantly, he brings Olipa Gerald back on strike. Olipa Gerald already a set batter. Make sure that he gets on strike and make sure that he gets some quick runs there from Soga College MWIRI and take them maybe to pass the 250 runs mark. Played with power. Should beat both fielders. Boundary for Gerald Olipa.
Very, very much needed boundary at the moment, especially in the last over of the inning. Getting a boundary puts you in much better position that you would be. But that is all done by Gerald Olipa, who seems to be faultless at the moment, given that he has gotten boundaries with ease, 8 boundaries to be specific and 9 sixes.
Ishimi down the track, swings, but it doesn't carry to him. 249, just one run for Soga College MWIRI. If they are to make it to the 250 runs mark, and just the delivery remaining to complete the first innings of the game.
I wonder why even this Raghav Dubaria has only bowled 3 overs, given that he is the least economical.
That is played up in the air, chance to catch, but the fielder will see that side away for a boundary. With that boundary, will bring up another boundary for Gerald Olipa. That is his 9th 4 in the innings. I tell you, Olipa Gerald has scored 9 4s and 9 6s, but that boundary will bring up 253 runs there from Soga College MWIRI. What a solid total, what a statement they have displayed this morning here at Nyakasura main ground.
It has been an inning comprising of class, ecstasy, boundaries, singles, wickets, injuries not mention of, but it has been a very beautiful inning for Soga College MWIRI to bring up a total of 249, the highest total in this. Sorry, 253, the highest total in this tournament, courtesy of Gerald Olipa bringing up 118, the highest total.
Indeed, what a performance there from Soga College MWIRI. What a statement they have sent. They won the toss and elected to bat first in this Ginger Derby. Mudola Edgar and Mukisa Eric opened the batting. Mudola scored 41 of 26. Mudola Edgar and Mukisa Eric opening the batting. Mudola Edgar posted 41 of 26 and Mukisa Eric 63 of 44. Jad Olipa coming in at number 3 and posting a total of 118 of 42 unbeaten. 9 sixes and 9 fours at a strike rate of 280.95. Some contributions there from Tegatola Abbeka, 6 of 6. Muhamza Daniel, 8 of 4. Doc Abdushakur unbeaten with 1 of 1 and 16 extras given away there. Looking at the bowling card for St. James Secondary School, I tell you, the most economical bowler has bowled at only an economy of 7.67, but 1 wicket each for Mitango Roni, Kisame Sudais, Pushpa Singh, Hariom Doderejia. 254 runs to get if St. James Secondary School is to pick up a victory. Ladies and gentlemen, this tournament is proudly sponsored by Uganda Cricket Association, Harris International under their product Skyview, the makers of Skyview Apple, Skyview Fruity, Skyview Citrus. So make sure that you support Harris International with all their products, because when they are in business, we are in business, and the boys will keep playing. Batball Uganda Limited also coming up to be part of the sponsors of this tournament and making sure there is a scoreboard on every ground. They are in preps of having the Batball Open tournaments, which will lead to the Batball Max, I beg your pardon, the Batball X, then the Batball Max happening later. Well, we take a very short break here at the Combs, and we'll be back to see if St. James Secondary School will get the 254 runs to pick up a victory this morning here at Nyakasura. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the chase. 254 runs from as many as 120 balls for St. James if they had picked up a victory. St. James Secondary School have played 2 games so far in this tournament. And out of the 2 games they have played, they've won 1 and lost 1. BUSOGA College MWIRI has played 2 and won both their games. They are on top of the table. St. James up for an uphill task. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second innings on match day 3 of the UCA Annual Boys Schools Skyview Cricket Week. Tournament proudly sponsored by Harris International, the makers of Skyview. Uganda Cricket Association also putting resources together alongside Batibo Uganda Limited. This match is broadcasting live from Nyakasura main ground. Make sure that you subscribe to the UCA YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss anything. We'll be telling you the beautiful stories of what is happening here in Fort Portal City. And my name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi here in the comms. I'm not alone. I'm joined by Fortnite Ali Juna. Fortnite, welcome back for the chase and welcome back from the break.
Thank you very much, Evan. I'm looking forward to seeing St. James Secondary School chase down a mammoth score of 253. But that will take some 2 or 3 batters to do what exactly the batters from BUSOGA College MWIRI did, getting up 50s and getting up 100. That will take them to 254. But the target is 254 in now less than 119 balls.
Bounces off the surface. Jordan Okecho, the opening bowler there for BUSOGA College MWIRI, part of that team that traveled to Nigeria during that Under-19 World Cup qualifier. He is the son to the former development manager of Uganda Cricket Association, Henry Okecho. The 2 batters who have opened the task, who have opened the batting here for St. James are Dikusoka Samuel and Kisa Mesudais. 2 Lego deliveries already in the innings here at Nyakasura main ground.
Up the first wicket for St. James Secondary School. Already 0 runs for 1 wicket, chasing down 253.
Yeah, good work there. Gets things going there for BUSOGA College MWIRI. I tell you, in the format in which these fixtures were made, every team will be having a game played on TV during all the group stage games. Every team has a day where they don't have games, which is like their rest day. And every team has a double header. The teams that are having double headers today, Good Heart is having a double header. Ginger SS, BUSOGA College MWIRI will be taking on Aga Khan in the afternoon. St. James also have a double header today. But 0 for 1 is quickly the score here at Nyakasura main ground. Newman in, Hariom Dudarejia. Defensive shot there to the point area. Chance for a run out. Is a throw and is a work. Miscommunication there between the batters. And Tegatola Abeka just makes that simple throw to Doka Abdu Shakol, the wicketkeeper batter from BUSOGA College MWIRI. Wiping off the bells looks to be the easiest. And the Busoga College MWIRI pick up their second wicket.
I reckon it was a run that was supposed to be taken there, especially the good work done by the new batter just walking in, dropping a 3/4 with soft hands. But there was some poor communication between the two. They would have purely communicated clearly, yes or no, but there was some poor communication, but the run was here on the offer. But 2 wickets fall in the first over. 0-2 is the score for St. James Secondary School. Okecha Jordan is doing a very heavy work for his team, and at the moment really looks flawless in everything that he does, hitting the tight lines, ripping ball rather batter through their block holds. Now a new batter comes onto the crease. Third man, fine leg at the boundary. Starts off with a well left, beautiful blow there from Okecha Jordan. The new batter really sees the ball, wait from him, and does no mistakes of saying, pushing his arms and rather towards the ball. Just leaves it go, and the new batter is push deep sing. Or tries throw his arms towards the ball. Tight lane there from Jordan. With that dot ball brings up the end of over number 1, and the score is 0 for the loss of 2 wickets. On the second ground here at Nyakasura Cricket Ground, Nyakasura School is taking on Aga Khan. Nyakasura will be looking forward to chasing down 62 runs. They allotted 120 balls. Rather, the action is underway. Not the first ball hasn't been bowled, but you can watch all the action when you're on the ground here, getting a chance to see all the 2 games. New bowler comes for BUSOGA College MWIRI, coming from the staff quarter end. Starts off with a full delivery there, straight attacking the stumps. The batter does no mistakes, uses the front face of the bat to gently push the ball on the onside, and starts off with a dot ball. Kisubi Martin is the bowler from Mavere Ganyinamwiru, and he looks not comfortable with the run-up. We've seen him go through his run-up twice and not bowling. Hariom is the batter on the non-strike, rather on the strike. A little touch there, dropping the wrist and getting it to the fine leg where Jordan does the collection of the ball. Throws in a perfect throw to the wicket keeper, Ndivi. And he gets off the mark. Hariom Doharejia. 1 run so far for St. James Secondary School, chasing down 253. Beautiful shot there, driven from the up, but Gerardo Lipat covers Stops the ball for another dot ball. Beautiful shot there, but there is field that won't go anywhere. Another wicket falls. Tries to be the inner fielders in the 30 yards, but doesn't go anywhere past them. Third wicket falls for St. James Secondary School. And the new bowler, Kisum Martin, picks up his first of the day. The score is 1 for 3. The moment things don't really look beautiful for St. James Secondary School. Already 3 wickets lost. If you're just joining in to watch this game earlier, BUSOGA College MWIRI won the toss and opted to bat first, and they posted up a very huge score of 253 for only 4 wickets lost. Now St. James Secondary School has chased down that total. New batter on the crease, Mitongoroni starts up with the defense on the front foot. The bowler really trying to go for the stumps. Throwing in a beautiful ball. They are trying to attack the stumps. Pitch up delivery, but the batter really does the stopping on the front foot.
Shout out, how is it? But the upper says that was shaping down. I tell you, St. James Secondary School just have 1 run on board, but they've quickly lost 3 wickets. BUSOGA College MWIRI needs to try and make sure that they quickly finish up this win, because they will be returning back in action in the afternoon as they take on Aga Khan High School at Kanoni Apollo 2. End of over number 2, and 1 for 3 is still the score. You don't want to look this side of the equation. Something reads 253 runs from as many as 180 balls. St. James have 7 wickets, but if they had to pick up a victory, they need to be scoring at 14 every over. Jordan Okecho, son of Henry Okecho, will return back to ball. I tell you, even the ball of ball the previous over, Kisubi Martin, is a son to Mr. Kisubi, one of the proprietors of Tornado Cricket Club. His father should be proud. It's so that at least his echoes in most of the AGMs where he has been saying that we've not given too much back to the game. He will be happy to see that his son can step up for his former school, BUSOGA College MWIRI, and put up that performance. Third over of the game, not doing it a lot, just making sure that he bowls stump to stump. He knows these batters will make a mistake, Okecho Jordan, and is just keeping it there for them to play.
I know he's just sending in setting his trap. I know for sure. You see a slip fielder there in the slip cordon. He will try to bowl 1 ball back of the length there and try asking the batter to throw his hands onto the ball, and the slip will really come into play.
This time around, that's tickled, but very quick. It goes down near Alano Quadi bounce, but beautifully judged there by the fielder at the fine leg. Just 1 run is taken away. This time around, Okecho Jordan trying to bowl to the pads, and the batter goes for that flick.
A good shot from the batter off an easy boundary, just to rotate his wrists and sending the ball to the fine region. But this brings Mitongoroni on strike. He wasn't really looking comfortable with Draves. Oh, yo. Pinged on the body. That should have hurt. He really seems uncomfortable. A little touch and rub on his chest. The umpire trying to see whether he's really okay, but that really hit him hard. Not just brushing off the body, but really hitting him straight on the chest.
The umpire is just making sure that the batter is in good form to continue batting there. This is the annual UCS Skyview Boys Schools Cricket Week tournament happening here in the western part of the country for the very first time and being hosted by Nyakasura School. We are back and set to roll. Jordan this time round losing his line, and another extra will be added onto that total for BUSOGA for St. James Secondary School.
Telling you, Ivan, the way how Jordan is bowling at the moment, he's trying to strike fear in the opponents. We haven't really seen him bowl loose balls. He's trying to give in his best, try to intimidate the batters. No freebies on the offer. This time round tries to look for the stumps. Bowling it full, but down the leg, the wicketkeeper Doka does the heavy work of stopping the ball. But the weight is called by the umpire. This time round, Jordan trying to look for that Yorker, but doesn't really execute it perfectly.
Jordan trying to overdo it. A wide on the offside and a wide on the onside means you're not bowling with some bit of discipline. Just make sure that you keep it stump to stump and chances of pick up a wicket. That's the length. Just ball it there. The batters will be forced into playing those fail shots, and that's how you pick up quick wickets. Soka College MWIRI just taking on the business here at Nyakasura main ground. But we've had the breeze still remaining persistent here at Nyakasura. Two grounds close to each other and two Group B games happening. At Nyakasura 2, the hosts of Nyakasura are taking on Aga Khan High School. We'll be looking through the results and we'll be updating you on what is happening across all the other grounds.
Jordan really bad with his lanes at the moment. A bowler who seemed faultless in the first over, now overdoing things, trying to look for Yorkers. Now no ball is called by the umpire. Too many of the extras. The batters haven't really scored runs off the bat, but extras have been offered by Jordan. And now it's a free hit for Mitongoroni. But what can he do with the free hit? We saw the earlier short boundary, rather short delivery. He tried to go for a drive and ended on his chest. Now he's given liberty to hit the ball. What can he do?
Swings hard at the free hit, but misses it completely. That rattles the helmet. And the umpire will just pause play for that concussion test. But in the updates of the other games that are happening in the national team trial game for the women, Push Cricket Academy is batting first and they are 83 for 8. Sorry, they posted 83 for 8 in 20 overs. St. Joseph's College Laibi is taking on Masindi Secondary School in a northern region derby. Laibi posted 81 all out and Masindi is chasing. They are currently at 15 for no loss. Golo High School posted 156 all out in 19.3 overs against Rwenzori High School. The chase is on and the score is 1 for 2 after 0.5 overs. Aga Khan High School, just right close here from where we are watching and broadcasting this game from. They posted 63 all out in 18.5 overs. The chase is on for Nyakasura, and Nyakasura is currently having 6 for no loss after 2 overs, taking their time to get into that game. Ginger SS is taking on Good Heart Secondary School. Ginger SS was bowled out for 125 runs in 19 overs. The chase is on, and Good Heart is 6 for 2. Ntare School taking on Kauga. Ntare bowled out for just 63 runs. The chase is on, and the 33 for no loss is the score after 3.1 overs. Well, this tournament is sponsored by Harris International, the makers of Skyview. Skyview comes in so many different flavors, including Skyview Citrus, Skyview Fruity, and Skyview Orange. But my favorite in those brands is Skyview Apple. Uganda Cricket Association has also put resources together to make sure that they sponsor this beautiful tournament for another year running. Batball Uganda Limited making sure that there is a scoreboard at every ground. Try and make sure that the players can follow everything as they continue playing. Well, in this tournament, teams are in 2 groups and nothing to play for. You need to play and make sure that you're in the top 2 to seal a spot in the semi-finals. The curtains of this tournament will be falling on Saturday, where we'll be having the semi-finals happening in the morning and the finals happening later in the afternoon. Make sure that you keep it Cricket Uganda. Subscribe to the Uganda Cricket Association YouTube channel. Turn on notifications not to miss anything, and make sure that you follow everything to the dot. The concussion test is done and looks like we are ready to get back and set things rolling.
After that concussion test, the score is 6 for 3. After 2.5 overs, we saw that dead bouncer there from Creature Jordan, and the umpire should have indicated 1 per over. 1 more ball left. Now he can't step into the ball, throwing his arms onto the ball. You know that bouncer always intimidates you as a batter. But with that, dot ball brings up the end of over number 3, and the score is 6 for the loss of 3 wickets. Martin will be continuing from the staff quarter end. Had a very beautiful start, picking up 1 wicket, only going for 1 run. The left arm seamer. Oh. Aid from the umpire. Tell you, Martin Kisubi has a beautiful run-up if you're to watch him. Beautiful action in the end. But a beautiful touch there from Hariom, who only has 2 runs from 6 balls that he has faced. And they will need 247 from 16.5 overs. Beautiful touch there. Beautiful drive from the young lad there. But the drives all are going to the fielder, Gerardo Lipa, the captain, that covers, trying to send directives from the inside to every fielder of his. Oh, this time round, pitched up, tries to really hit it hard on the onside, loses his wrist, and it's another dot ball. Martin is dealing both dot balls at the moment. wow, is it is a call, but there is a bat involved. And it's another dot ball for Martin Kisubi. Oh, how is it? The umpire is so clear of his sight. Says that's not out. Not out is a call for the umpire. There, Hariam is guilty of trying to hit the ball hard. Punts back to the bowler. With that dot ball brings up the end of over number 14, rather over number 4, and the score is 7 for the loss of 3 wickets. Jordan Okecho will be the bowler coming back from the primary school end. He's already bowled 2 overs. His first was the best of the 2. But this time round, can he do things much better? Cut off the extras. Unplayable. Really, really unplayable there. Unplayable from Jordan Okecho, who is bowling tight lanes there. Nothing easy for the batter. You see the batter trying to drive, but nothing to drive. Everything has been superb, especially when he comes to executing that 3/4 lane. Silk touch there, but they don't have to get a one because that's direct to the rather to the fielder. It's another dot ball, 2 dot balls in a row.
This is the 5th over of the game. 247 from 94 balls. A very heavy mountain to climb there for St. James Secondary School. Bowling some good areas here, Jordan Okecho.
Gerald Olipa, the captain, has now moved almost closer to the batter, trying to get that half drive, check drive.
Olipa, let him finish, eh? The world has moved 2 balls and even if you are still on one. One for the whole match.
Of the length. whereas Martin is trying to attack the wickets and bowling straight. Oh, clean bowled. That's the difference between bowling the hard length and attacking the stumps. This time round, Martin picks the second. Beautiful ball there from Martin. Straight right through the bunny and through the block hole. Martin picking up the 4th wicket. Putting St. James Secondary School in another dilemma here. Another one based the dust, and it's none other than Hariom, who has just tried to put on a fight, trying to fight, but the fight hasn't really been for so long. Not until Martin has the ball in hand. He has really been possessing threat to that young lad, and he picks his wicket in the end. That wicket, the score is 7 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Good work there. Brilliant bowling there from Martin Kisuvi. Just making sure that he gets for his side yet another wicket. I tell you, he uses his left arm to swing the ball around. He has a smooth action, but consistently training at Logogo Cricket Oval. I tell you, hard work and consistency pays off. So he should be proud that his hard work is already paying off for him. Left-hand bowler to a left-handed batter. A bit full, but missed by the batter.
Yeah, now it's a much better mashup. Given that all left-handers, it's now with ease that the batter has an advantage in the 2 contests. No difference in angles, especially for the left-hander. Tries to go with with hard hands. But beautiful ball there from Martin. Continues with the dot balls. Yet to get off the mark is Muhakan, who has faced 2 deliveries so far and is not yet off the mark. That's the flamingo shot. Do you know the flamingo shot? I last watched that with with Bolt in test. Now I see it with Khan.
Should be happy to be met by Bolt.
The only difference is Bolt is right-handed and Khan is left-handed, but the results are the same, hitting the shot and then raising the front foot. But with that, dot ball brings up the end of over number 6, and the score is 7 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Softy touch there from the batter, but just straight to the fielder. So college MWIRI bowling their overs very quickly. The power play ended when St. James had only 7 runs for a loss of 4 wickets. I think the plan for St. James should be maybe playing out all the overs.
At the moment, they are not doing a bad job, especially when it comes to this lad on strike. Mitonga Ronnie, who has played 13 balls but is yet to get off the mark. And you can see the strategy that the captain is trying to use at the moment. Ball out. Okecha Jordan there, if he tries to get 1 or 2 more wickets for his side, it will be very good for them. They want to restrict the opponents to the lowest runs possible. Another beautiful lane there. Beautiful ball from Jordan Okecho. He has been very, very precise with the three-quarter there, and all the balls that he has hit off the three-quarter have really carried beautifully to the wicket-keeper Doka, catching the balls chest height. It shows you the bounce on the wicket and the lanes that are being hit. Beautiful lane there, beautiful lane. 15 balls already, and Ronnie is yet to get off the mark. I think he should be worried of the dot balls that he has caused. Knowing that you have 15 balls and you haven't gotten off the mark, it gets you carried away.
I tell you something important. I think the plan here for St. James is playing out all the overs. You clearly look that they are not really caring on what happened is in the runs column, but they are just playing for survival. Because that one with the bat backward of the square, and they will pick up that run.
And off the mark he goes, Ronnie. Speaking of playing out of the overs, we saw them using the same technique yesterday, where they were playing against Masaka. They never minded chasing down the runs. What they really focused on was playing out the overs, of which they did. And it was really nice for them to see them do what they did yesterday. They are down the leg, confused with the changes. The left-hander is now on strike. Now he bowls a perfect yorker to the right-hander. But this time round, it's a way to the left-hander. So many extras from Okecho, especially when he's trying to bowl full deliveries. I think he should stick to the plan of bowling back of the length deliveries. Up in the air, Upish trying to look for the stumps. But the batter really doesn't get away with that full toss delivery. And it's another dot ball. Dot balls after dot balls. 9 runs scored so far in the last 8 overs. And 4 wickets have been picked. Martin starts his 4th over, and straight away a change in a rotation and strike. Ronnie gets off strike and lets Khan, the left-hander, to do much of the work, given that there is a left-hander in Martin bowling. Isn't the work, especially when it comes to the angles at which the left-hander bowls to the right-hander. Powerful shot there, straight down the ground, but they won't get any run off that.
Yeah, the 2 opening bowlers there from BUSOGA College, MWIRI, Kisui Martin and Okecho Jordan, all bowling out their overs. Okecho Jordan done with his quarter, and now Kisui is also completing his quarter. He bowls it quick, and that is picked up. Wanted to pick up the length very, very nicely, but not enough contact. They will run very quickly and pick up that double. I tell you something, his teammates in the dugout liked it. They all shouted at the same time, shot. Brilliant signs to watch here at the Nyakasura ground.
Sure, you really have to appreciate such a shot, given it's the only attacking shot that batters for St. James have played in this inning so far. So if you give them such a belief, It really is beautiful to watch for their side, given that they have covered so much. Another attacking shot there, straight down the ground, and get one run of that beautiful shot. I see they are trying to attack the bowlers now, knowing that Martin is only left with a couple of balls to finish his 4 allotted overs. Another shot. Another shot played on the on. Trying to clear his front foot there. And accessing the own field there. But it's another dot ball. Martin has dealt in dot balls so far in his 4 allotted overs, having an economy of 1.64. With that, dot ball brings up the end of over number 8. 13 runs for the loss of 4 wickets.
The opening bowlers there, just making sure that they don't give away anything. And there will be a bowling change. The seamers have done their work and now spin introduced to the party. Eric Mukisa will be the bowler there to bowl for BUSOGA College MWIRI.
It's a very good matchup here for the left-hander, given that the off-spinner bowling to him and ball standing away from him. And we know Mukisa is one bowler that really turns the ball, grips the ball, and has the height, gets the bounce. It's such a beautiful matchup. Taken on straight away. Beautiful shot there from the young lad Khan. But there was a bit of chance there. Little bit of chance from Gerald Olipa at mid-wickets there, trying to snip that catch, but doesn't really hold on it. Must have really pained him. But it wasn't chance on offer. But we can see the Saints. You can see them trying to really open up their bats and arms. Wide given by the umpire. The chase is on. Musingu Zidane does the heavy work of stopping the ball from racing the boundary. You don't have to give such extras if you have got your opponents to the back foot. That's much better delivery there from Mukisa. This time round, fuller. And straight to the stumps. Tries to go for a sweep shot, but with the bounce on the ground. With the bounce on the ground here, you don't really get sweep such balls unless you're really on top of the bounce. And it's one of the advantages that Mukisa has, him being a tall lad. We saw how good he was with the bat, scoring a 63 runs.
He did some good work with the bat, and now he's coming to put another good performance there with the ball. Apish, but just doesn't carry to any fielder.
With that dot ball brings up the end of over number 9, and the score is 17 for the loss of 4 wickets. tell you at this rate, rather this stage, after 9 overs, BUSOGA College MWIRI had 95 runs for the loss of only 1 wicket. But now, St. James only has 17 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. You can see the difference between the two sides. Bowling change, a spinner run comes to the attack from the staff quarter end. Very beautiful leg spinner there. Starts off with a half tracker, hit hard along the ground. Protection at the boundary, and we only get 1 run. And the umpire calls it a no ball. Starts off with a no ball. Extras have really given St. James St. James Aces an advantage here. Free hit tried, being hit hard, but doesn't really get any bat on it. Gets clean bowled. An advantage that it was a free hit. Gets to stand another chance to do something with the bat. But that was a much better delivery from Run. This time round, Fuller asking the batter to drive, not to grow, rather to go across the lane. Another cross bat shot there. Another no ball given. Another no ball indicated by the umpire there. Something challenging. I think he's overstepping. He has to really be aware of the crease. Cross shot there. Cross pass shot, and it will go all the way for the boundary. The first boundary in the innings comes after 9 overs down. Beautiful shot there from Ronnie, who has been so quiet all through, but this time round gets his first boundary, much needed boundary for St. James. Good ball there from Run, really good. Now knowing that the batter is strong on the onside, he has to bowl most of the balls wide from the 4th, 5th stump. Sweep shot comes up. Beautiful pickup at the boundary rope there. Only 1 run they will get, and that takes the left hander can on strike. Tries to go hard, and it's another no ball. 3 no balls in an over. 3 no balls. Run really doesn't know what's happening here. Has to take his run up, really measure his run up properly, because 3 no balls really seem to be bad in an over, especially for a spinner. Lighter delivery and another clean ball. Good enough, it's a free hit. He will stand another chance. Can withstand another chance. Every time, rather 2 times, Run has bowled his free hits. He has picked wickets. If now he does that with rather off the good deliveries, the legal deliveries, he would see his team on a advantageous point. I think it's an issue with the overstep. He is overstepping over the crease line, the popping crease. Beautiful hit, boundary radar in play, and only one they will get. Tries to hit it hard on the 1 knee and gets 1 run. With that 1 run brings up the end of over number 10, and the score is 27 for the loss of 4 wickets. 227 is the target for St. James at the moment, required in only 10 overs, to be specific, 60 balls to get 227 at a required run rate of 22.7. Mukisa will continue from the primary school end. We have a slip, and the slip cordon covers, extra covers, point, backward point, mid off, long on, deep extra covers. Starts off with a big shot up in the air. Jordan under the ball and completes a catch with an Australian technique. Very beautiful catch there. And this another wicket, another batter baits the dust there for St. James. The resilient Khan gets to depart, and it's Jordan who strikes. Much needed wicket there. The partnership was starting to grow. They had taken a while without picking wickets. 4 overs to be specific. And now Khan departs. Really beautiful field settings there, knowing that most of the batters are going for cross shots, horizontal shots there. So fielders are situated on the onside. We saw 2 boundary raiders deployed at boundary, but beautiful catch from Jordan there. New batter comes on the crease, and it's none other than Aman Singh Man. Finds his partner Mitonga Roni, who has 7 runs from 31 balls. Oh, you're an edge. Oh, given. LBW is the call. Hat-trick ball coming up. Sorry, it's 27 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. A hat-trick ball coming up. Mukisa has 2 wickets already, and now he's on a hat-trick ball. New batter on, the right-handed batter. What can he do on the hat-trick? Can he pick the hat-trick to get the first hat-trick of the tournament? Mukisa. Oh, full this time round. Tries to go for the run. A little bit of sliding, rather from Jordan. Is it really Jordan? Little bit of sliding there at mid-wickets. And they scamper only for 1 run. Hat-trick fouls. But a really good over from Mukisa at the moment. 2 wickets have fallen in his over. Another cross-path shot there. The boundary raider, deep mid wickets there. Stops the ball for only 1 run. The ball is really turning and you play with vertical shot, rather horizontal shot, horizontal bat, it's really lethal. Up and taken. Beautiful catch there at slip. The slip field has been positioned there for so long and has been silent all along. But in the end, completes a very easy catch, trying to go across the lane. It's one thing that you have to be aware of when you're playing with horizontal shots, especially with turning balls. You're always prone for top edges, and that's what has really happened. Another batter baits the dust. MWIRI are really smelling a win, an easy win at the moment. 28 runs for the loss of 7 wickets. Jordan has 3 wickets. All the 3 wickets has picked have been in this over. You can see the smile on his face. Last ball of the over comes. Oh, driven. Oh, chance of a run out. Oh, what a throw. The wicket keeper doesn't complete the stamping. It would have been a very perfect over. But quick running between the 2 batters. Kalule Kenneth and Mitango Ronnie. Ronnie, who has been very resilient on the wicket there, facing up 32 balls and only scoring 8 runs, has really fought from the front foot on the front line there. But with that single brings up the end of over number 11, and the score is 29 for the loss of 7 wickets. Run will continue from the plantation end. Oh, across the line, how is it a call? And the foot is fully planted in the crease. Trying to go hard on that full delivery there, losing his sight, losing his head, losing his shape. Another dot ball to start with, a dot ball for Ryan, a leg spinner there. Lighter delivery there, struck hard. Done to do the retrieve. Direct throw, but they will scamper through for one. The ball is being asked to be hit, but really doesn't get hit. Only 1 run would be gotten off that lost delivery, I would say. Another flighted delivery there. Tries to go across the lane. In my idea, I will try the bat with the front, rather full face of the bat instead of going across the lane. Anytime if you miss it, the edge will come into play, or you can lose the sight of the ball all through track of the ball and get clean bowled. It's a bad habit to play with a cross bat. Apesh, beautiful shot there. That's what needed to be done. Now he does the correction and plays a very beautiful shot. Lofted drive there to beat the inner fielders and getting a much needed boundary. Second boundary of the inning. Run guilty there for bowling. A loose delivery, tossed up delivery there, almost under the bat. And the batsman does no mistake. Oh, tries to go under the ball. Little bit of confusion between the 2 there. No exactly knowing when to run and when not to run. But in the end, they complete a very good over. Picking up a couple of runs. But with that single brings up the end of over number 12, and the score is 37 for the loss of 7 wickets. Mukisa from the primary school end. Chance of a run out, and they will get a run out. Beautiful throw to the wicket keeper and beautiful stamping. Pure communication between the two batters, trying to steal a run where there isn't any. Beautiful fielding from the MWIRI guy there at cover, rather at point. But beautiful handwork by the wicket keeper there, really being behind the stumps and completing the stamping. And the throw was perfect to the V, which really does the wicket keeper's job easy. 8 wickets has fallen, rather 8 wickets have fallen for St. James at the moment. 37 runs for the loss of 8 wickets. 217 are the runs required at the moment from only 20, rather from only 47 balls left. That will be a way tries to bowl on the body. And that will be a way. You don't have to do that, Mukisa. Keep bowling to the tight lanes. Don't give out extras. This time down, goes on one knee, tries to go on the onside, but doesn't really get under the ball. It's another dot ball from Mukisa. The new batter, Musa Sizi Evra, hasn't gotten off the rather from Kalulu Kenneth, who has 7 runs so far from 10 balls. Oh, pulled, dragged forward, and it's a no ball adjourned by the umpire. Another overstep by Ryan. He's a fugitive of that at the moment. 4 no balls called. Cutters overstepping. And the captain there, Gerard Olipa, tries to console his bowler. You can see he's really down, even on Scotting now at the moment. He's really not happy with the way how he has bowled. 4 no balls are so many. Agaba Ryan is a son to a teacher, a chemistry teacher here at Nyakasura. First went to Kira College Butiki, and later changed to BUSOGA College MWIRI, but one of the best leg spinners in the tournament.
Many fumbles. The soccer you are doing, Okay, boy. boy.
Rather with the lane that has pulled that down the leg, it will always be easier for the batter to execute or to get away or to put off. Kalulu is on strike. Or tries to go with hard hands. Bowling outside fourth, fifth stump there. That's a much better delivery from the previous one. Can see the attacking field, four fielders on the onside, 5 fielders on the onside. Third man, slip, point, covers, extra covers, and mid off. On patrolling that off side region, knowing that the batters aren't really trying to hit the ball, they are just trying to play out the balls. Soft touch there. Really soft. A 16-run partnership between the two, between Kalulu and Musasizi. Kalulu contributing 4 and Musasizi contributing 8. A wild swing there, missed by the wicket keeper. It would have been a chance, but doesn't really carry to the wicket keeper. Doka, who tries to put in a dive, but that's one more run to the total for St. James at the moment. The left-hander, as Musasi's is on strike. Okoth Joel trying to bowl, but it really doesn't seize the opportunity. Sees that there is something with his run up. He doesn't bowl the ball. Beautiful touch there, really beautiful. Doesn't really give out his wicket that easily. Will continue to fight for his wicket, and it will take not just bowling full to pick his wicket. It will take doing something extraordinary to pick his wicket, and that is Musasi's Evra alongside Kalulu Kenneth, sorry. But with that dot ball brings up the end of over number 19, and the score is 54 for the loss of 8. Gerald Olipa is the bowler that will bowl the last over of this innings, bowling from the staff quarter end. Already one dot ball. Soft touch, really soft there, blocking, not allowing his wicket to fall. That won't affect MWIRI at the moment in any way. Powerful shot, edge, top edge. There is the third man in play, and will stop the ball for only one run. Kalulu really sees the opportunity with it on offer, and he throws all his hands towards the ball and edges it for only one. Evra is on strike, has faced 31 balls and scored 13 runs. That is Kalulu. $199 runs is the margin. Tries to attack the stumps there, Gerald Olipa, but Evra has got his eye in. Presents his full face of the bat and stops the ball for another dot ball. One ball left. And with that dot ball, we bring up the end of this inning. 55 runs for the loss of 8 wickets has been the score for St. James Secondary School, trying to chase down 253 runs that were posted by BUSOGA College MWIRI. But it has been a fight of the two lads there in Musasizi Evra and Kalulu Kenneth, who really fought for their wickets, trying to see that BUSOGA College MWIRI don't really pick up all the wickets. At least that gives them an advantage when it comes to net run rate in the rankings throughout this tournament. But you can see the handshakes there. BUSOGA College MWIRI wins with 199 runs in their innings early in the day, where they posted 253 for the loss of 4 wickets. Courtesy of Gerald Olipa, who scored 118 runs from 42 balls. Mukisa, who also scored 63 from 44. Putting up a mammoth score of 253 runs. The loss of 4 wickets. And now BUSOGA College MWIRI wins by 198 runs. And looking at the scorecard for the scorecard of St. James Secondary School, only one batter managed to go past the double digits, and that is only one batter only managed to score a double digit, and that is Kalulu Kenneth. All the others failed to go for the double digits. All of them failed with single digits. We saw 3 ducks and 16 extras were bowled. The pick of the bowlers were Eric Mukisa, who picked 3 wickets at an economy of 2. Kisubi Martin also picked 2 wickets. Okecho Jordan also picked 1 wicket, didn't really go without picking a wicket. And all the other bowlers didn't pick any wicket in Gavaran, Oliver Gerald, and Okoth Joel, but only restricted St. James Secondary School to 55 runs for 8 wickets. And with BUSOGA College MWIRI winning, Gerald, that is the match summary for you there. Gerald Olipa scoring 118 runs from 42 balls. Eric Mukisa picking scoring 63 from 44. Edgar also had a cameo with 41 from 26 balls. The pick of the bowlers from St. James were Sudas, who picked only 1 wicket and went for 44. Also, Ronnie had to pick 1 wicket, going for 45 in 3 overs. And Singh also picked 1 wicket and went for 47 runs. And St. James there, Kenneth had 13, only double figure scored for St. James. Ronnie scored 9. Evra also played the not out, scoring 8 from 20 balls, rather from 25 balls. Pick of the bowlers from MWIRI, Eric Mukisa picking up 3 wickets, only 8 runs in his 4 allotted overs. Martin also picked 2 wickets. And Jordan, who did a heavy lifting at the top there, picking 1 wicket from 4 overs. And that would be the end of the first game on match day 3. And in the afternoon, we shall be coming up with another show here at Nyakasura Cricket Ground. Thank you for tuning in. Shall see you in the afternoon. Thank you very much.